Okay, it should be live again. Can you see anything? How's the video lag? Is it gone, or is it just less? Okay, it should hopefully be better now. How's the audio? What's that? Okay, but the audio sounds fine. How does it sound? Okay, can you hear the music and my voice? Yeah, can you hear the music? Okay. Okay, then everything should be good. I think that's as good as it's gonna get for now. Okay, yeah. I think thanks, love. Hey Pope, sorry, like I said, first stream, we're just having some technical issues. The audio might sound a little shit. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh, that's good to hear. It sounds really strange on my side, but yeah, great to hear. And yeah, thanks for tuning to the stream, man. Really appreciate it. I'm really awkward right now. I don't even know where to look, but yeah, first time for everything. Okay, now to get started on this character. So I'm actually going to be making like a Greek male today, which is like super chill. I've been obsessed with Greek mythology as of late, and yeah, I'm going to be working from a template. As you can see, it's just easier, and I've already UV wrapped this boy pretty good, so yeah, it's just a great place to start, and gives me more time to focus on the actual character. Okie dokie. As you can see, we have a bit of reference over here, just on clothes and like how we, I guess how beefy we want our boy to look. And yeah, then just some reference I grabbed myself, because I'm not really sure about the this like undergarment thing. Because this is gonna be for like a character editor. So when you're making a character editor, you want the thing to be sort of as flat as possible, so it doesn't interfere with like overlaying clothes such as pants or tops or whatever. But you still want to have a bit of flappy material, so it has a cool silhouette. So yeah, I guess that's going to be the hard part, just trying to find a balance between those. Yeah, let's get started on modernizing this guy, I guess. Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. Master, I'm not sure, but I improve every time, you know? So yeah, we're just gonna paint over this shirt so we can see a bit of his chest. Yeah, considering this is my first stream, I'm like just super stoked someone else is here besides my wife, yeah. So yeah, 2 people watching at least. Still looks a little strange. I think what I'm going to do is just disable the vertex shading, because that's where you see those strange black gradients coming from. We'll rework them when we have the final paint. Okay, my brain's in a bit of a fog because it's yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking being on camera if you're not used to it, but I'm sure the nerves will like settle down in a bit. So yeah, I guess let's just continue making this boy more nude, I guess. So yeah, now I'm sort of just like looking around brushes. I want like a material brush. If I can remember how I name my own stuff. I'm obviously very nervous, my brain is blanking. And then, there we go. Exactly. Where are these brushes? That'll work for now. Exactly, Farb, exactly. This lever's not gonna work. Ah, jeez. Where did I hide this brush now? Huzzah. Yeah, like when I deliver to the client, I like to adhere to like strict structure for everything, you know, but usually when I'm working, I'm like so in the zone, it just ends up being very inconsistent most of the time. Like sometimes it'll be like D underscroll Greek man or whatever, and then other times it'll be diffuse underscroll. And it's only when I'm like reusing some of my own assets do I realize like how much it tends to vary. Really, really daft. You know, one of the most unexpected things when I started doing 3D art is you don't really like think you're ever gonna like texture and model out someone's crotch. You end up doing a surprising amount. Strange. That's a waste of it. Ooh, the stream is giving me a bit of lag, but it's all good. I was honestly having a lot of problems with audio. For some reason it sounds fine in like Discord and everything else, but yeah, as soon as I go into OBS it just sounds like I'm in a giant hall or something. So yeah, I hope it's at least semi-decent that side. So yeah, that was quite a headache and I didn't get as much time to like test the stream before I went live, so I appreciate the patience. Okay, let's start modifying the mesh, making it look like he isn't wearing pants anymore would be a start. Oh god, hidden black socks. Oh, that's great to hear, Pope. I appreciate the technical support. Yes, I should probably explain like some pretty useful methods if anyone's interested in 3D modeling. If you see, if I grab this side, the other side will always sort of correspond to exactly what I'm doing. That's what we call a mirror on specifically now the X dimension. So yeah, it just saves a lot of time. See, some things aren't perfectly synced up like these two. What we can do is just move them to approximate position, and if we snap them back to symmetry, it should... Ah, you bastard. Why are they not lining up? Okay, we're gonna ignore it for now. Thanks, man. Yeah. It is usually quite therapeutic for me too when I don't have like people watching me, as you said, but yeah, I'm starting to calm down. I appreciate the the chatting. Look, I have quite a few. So usually when you're like getting a tattoo, the tattoo artist is like sitting there talking to you and stuff, so it helps a lot. Okay, still looks like she's wearing pants. I think the waist needs a bit. Why are these so off symmetry? Strange. Off center. You're just supposed, a template's supposed to save you work, but not when something's iffy. But nothing tragic. Thanks, bud. Coffee. Many thanks to the wife. Okay. I think these calves need to be a little skinnier. No, this template actually isn't from my game. What I can show you that's actually really cool now is a sneak peek at the new character model. This is one I use for PSX characters or new character assets that I make. So I created it specifically with the intent of being really well like UV unwrapped, and then yeah, just being as plain as possible, like a dude with a white shirt. So I can sort of mold it into anything. So yeah, let me find a new character. Yeah. So with my game, actually, I'm working in a lot more polys than I'm used to. Like, I'm a pretty low poly PSX box modeler, but I really wanted to like push the extent of my art, and you know, being a passion project, I'm like, it should probably be pretty, you know, so you know, newer, more normal players can appreciate it too. Yeah, that's just some of the clothes I'm working on. But if you look, it's like a lot more realistic sort of approach. Still work in progress. But yeah, we've got some different appearance items here. Where did they go now? That was the goatee, you know, just a mustache. Then why it's off center, it should be there. And what else do we have here? So there's another facial hair I made. Oh, it's their beard. I must have resized things. Bad beard. Go back. It's because the origin point's so whack. Yeah, you usually like when you start modeling, you have to pay like a lot of attention to like every little step you make. One of the things I'm really fortunate about is I've been using Blender since I don't know, like 10, 12 years ago. So like I'm so comfortable with everything. If I make, you know, like a fuck up like this, where you see the origins all off, it doesn't bother me at all. So I tend to work very loosely, and then on delivery I can just just fix up all the stupid bugs. That's why it's also like super important to like test everything in engine, especially when you're working with clients. I like to do that so I don't get an email back like, oh, here's 100 places where it's acting funny, you know. Oh, yeah, sorry, still super nervous. I should just use my outside voice. I don't even know where I'm facing when I'm looking at the camera. Anyway, there we go. His beard's somewhat back. Yeah, and Black and Purple, because it's sort of based in like a Midwestern town, and there's like a magical academy you attend. So yeah, it's sort of like a Hogwartsian school, I guess you could call it, but more like under the cover. If you've ever played like Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, it's sort of like hush hush. What was I've got completely distracted. I was thinking about my game, and anyway, back to work. Yeah, actually, I still gotta have a look at Godot. I've heard it's like really good now. Very akin to like Game Maker Studio or something. It looks like very easy on the eyes. It's not like Unreal's crazy blueprint. Like if you ever looked at like a giant blueprint in Unreal, it's really intimidating. The same with like Unity. If you just look at like a traditional C# script, it's like, oh my god, what the hell is that hieroglyphics? Thanks, man. Yeah, that was probably the most natural me the whole stream. I was just nerding out about technical nonsense. Okay, his legs are starting to look more like beefcake legs. That's cool. I think he's gonna need a bit of chest as well. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, like honestly, I usually work a lot quicker than this as well. I guess I'm just taking my time and, you know, woosah, wax on, wax off. Ooh. But yeah, man, if you have any questions or something you want to ask, you know, feel free. Not even sure how many people we have on the stream right now. Okay. It's probably like one of those skills you don't really think about is like with TV presenters, I guess, and like old radio hosts, silence. They're just always like, oh. It's really hard to do for someone who's pretty quiet like I am. I guess that's why I have the sweet music in the background too. It's from the Harvest Moon games and Story of Seasons remaster, remake things, I guess you could call them. If you have any interest in those types of games. Yeah. shortcuts are okay, like I guess my hand and eye coordination is okay, it's just my brain is very fuzzy. Okay. Like I said, we're gonna want to do the hair as like a separate model. So yeah, I'm pretty much gonna turn this into a buzz cut, so we don't need any shape here. Finally calming down. Can feel my body like slowly vibrating less. I don't think I've had this feeling since like primary school speech or something. Hey Hemi, good to see you. You joined at the best time. My nervousness just went away, and yeah, all the technical difficulties are over. Yeah, we're just in the process of resetting him because I work off of templates, just to save time. And the UVs are already like super perfect, so. He is balding. Hopefully not me soon. I just turned 30 recently. Not terrifying at all. Okay, let's start matching up his skin tone. Yeah, no, OBS. Actually spent like 2 hours before the stream trying to like sort out audio. And then, yeah, that gave me like a huge headache, and yeah, it wasn't a great start, but I'm feeling a lot better now. I've been chatting with Pope. He's actually the one who commissioned this piece, so yeah. Yes, thanks for the happy birthday wishes. It's not actually so bad turning 30, it's just, you know, it's like one of those points where your life like changes a lot, so yeah, that's why I'm like streaming and all that, trying to take this all more seriously and get exposure for my game, more clients, and yeah. But yeah, anyway, more about this commission. So Pope ordered it, and yeah, he's looking to make like a character editor for his project, so, and set in like a Greek Phoenician sort of setting, so yeah, we're making a base Greek male and a base Greek female. I think we'll only be doing the male tonight, and yeah, might stream the next one, but I also want to maybe do a game dev stream next. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's terrifying, Pope, about the hairline. I used to have like the baby hairs on my forehead until I was like last year. Like within a year, all the baby hairs fell out, and I was like, oh god, it started. Still not like Vegeta mode yet. I knew homies when I was like 20 that like they really got like full Vegeta lines, you know. And I was like, oh, that's rough. And Hemi's still young apparently, so you know, appreciate your youth, dude. Thanks, Heavy. Appreciate that. Okay, let's just get the skin matching up. So what I'm doing now is, you can see I have like a very slight skin pore texture that I'm using, and then I've oranged it a bit here. I'm trying to match it up with the same skin tone. Let me think about that a bit quickly, Hemi. So if I was to do like one character in the PSX art style, if it was just like something normal, right? If someone was like, I need a guy with 4 arms and 2 tails, you know, that would deviate quite a bit from like a normal silhouette, so that could take like fully 72 hours worth of work sometimes if you take polish and everything into account. But with like something simpler, like if someone was like, oh, I just want the same human looking dude but with a scruffy beard and like cooler hair, I could do that in maybe like a combined 26 hours if I like everything into account, so it's a lot more chilled. Thanks, Pope. You can put a Easter egg in the game. The river's hairline. That's a terrible name. I just want to check something. Let's have another look at these primitive underwears over here. This guy has it worse off than those Greek statues. It's not even like a tiny little poker, it's not there. Yeah, Hemi, I do all the rigging as well. Let's just open up this rig. Oh no, I actually took the rig off this model. But I have the other character model from my game project open. Cool guy. Anyway, so if you look over here, this is about a normal-ish rig structure. I don't like to go like too crazy on the face. You only really need to control either sides of the top lip, which is what these will do. Let's get in pose position. So you'll see if I move these, it's not perfectly rigged yet, ignore the beard moving extremely, but so you could use these in conversation to control the lips. Same on the other side, and this one would be your jaw. Rawr, rawr. Also not rigged perfectly yet, it's a work in progress. Then you would have, where's my eye target? So if you look over here, my eyes will follow the bone. So if in-game, say you wanted your character to look at sorry, I just saw the laughing faces. That was probably about my Greek statue joke. But yeah, so in game, if you wanted the eyes per se to look at a specific person or object, what you'd do is you'd grab this eye's IK bone, and then you can move that in game to sort of control where he's looking at. At some point you want to take that further. There we go, big daft. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a damped track here. This is the eye. Okay, so we'll do armature. Very exciting. Why is that not rotating? Why are you not working with me? Some constraint. Yeah, I mean, mathematically it should go cross-eyed if you pull it too straight. Good maths. Let's get a beautiful render of that. There we go. Isn't he beautiful? Oh jeez. You know, I'm a real artist. Don't let anyone say otherwise. You'll see another thing that's terrifying. If you've never looked at a face texture, it's beautiful. Just let everyone get a good scope of that. Isn't that a lovely boy? But if you look over here, you can see how the wrap itself works. Split the view here a little bit. So you can see along the chins here I have what are called seams. If you think about like any 3D mesh, it's like a giant cardboard box. I'm controlling how the UVs fold out of themselves like a cardboard box. So yeah, it's just got this little almost cesarean split in his head, just wrapping around the chin. And you somehow get that. Some sort of black magic. Anyway, back to it. I keep getting distracted. Yeah, yeah, all those crazy lines you see, we refer to that as topology. It can be quite simple, but depending on your experience level, sort of affects how easily you can change things. You know. So like, I'm just gonna create a cube super quickly. Like, for say, what we're gonna make is, yeah, let's just do a pillar, per se. We just do that, bit of that, bit of that. And I mean, if you were to do a shape that is super simple, topology can be relatively easy to maintain, like clean design. Like even if I wanted to turn this into a super fancy pillar, I could just cut it easily, and then just do a bit of that. Oh, this thing's actually like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That's sick. Unintentional genius. So, as you can see now, you've made the object more detailed, but you haven't really made it more complicated. I'm not explaining this the best, but this is what we refer to as a clean topology, because it allows the modification of the model super easily. The issue is when you start getting to like characters, things start wrapping around and under, and sometimes you're gonna wanna have more of these tiny squares in the face than anywhere else. So yeah, you sort of got to guide the model in where the most detail is and where you don't need detail. That gets a lot more complicated. That's why if you're a 3D artist, you'll see a lot of discourse in the community nowadays. Most people, purists like me, are like totally against sculpt modeling because it's generally inefficient. You know, just to do that to every model is just, it's great, but it's unreasonable. You know, not everything needs that many polys. So like traditionally people who don't sculpt and just model a box model like I do are a lot more aware of optimization. Sorry, that was a very long rant. Got a little absorbed, but yeah, I hope that helps understand things. So yeah, let's get to my favorite part, which is actually painting in some texture detail. Sort of just like splattering in each little thing I usually do. A little chaotic right now, but it'll come together in the end. I honestly usually don't have a structure of things. I kind of just free flow it as much as possible. Like I said, it's one of those privileges you get when you've been using something so long. You don't have to be so rigid in your approach to things. yeah, I never got to your question about presets, Amy. My apologies. So with characters, I'll usually use presets like 90% of the time. Unless someone's like, can you model me a seal? Like with animals and stuff, they're so vastly different. Like I'd usually have to just save myself effort and start from scratch. With props and things, it's usually just easier to start from scratch. Unless it's like a type of table someone wants. I already have like a super, very similar to this, just like a preset table and chair that I can use to turn into anything. It's just they're already UV unwrapped and it saves me a lot of time and effort. Yeah, like, thanks Amy, that's really cool. Texture painting like this is actually what got me into 3D modeling. I've been drawing since I was like super young, so yeah, I'm really comfortable just sort of splushing things down. Learning like UV unwrapping and topology and rigging and animating and all that came way later. I used to just, you know, make simple things like boxes and then just paint the living nonsense out of them. It was always my favorite part, and still is. Oh, all pleasure, Hemi. You've been so supportive on Twitter. I really appreciate it. I ignored Twitter for a couple months, but it really is a great place to like do outreach. And if you just make an effort to like block things you're not interested in and just primarily focus like in following people who do game dev, like you can actually have a pretty pleasant experience on Twitter, which is great. You cannot have that on Facebook. That's why I haven't had Facebook for like 8 years. You always just gotta like get that racist uncle, you know, fucking posting crazy shit and it ruins your day. Yeah, thanks Pope, Hemi, and I think having 3 people on for my first stream, like, I'm super stoked. That was way more than I was expecting. Okay, let's start bringing that reference closer. Oh no, he's a lot more beefy. Let's make him... Yeah, Pope, it is quite insane. It is a practice skill, though. Like, my brother's a programmer, and his ability to just remember functions he hasn't used in fucking 2 years and just write it out in perfect, you know, syntax without any errors is insane. But, you know, there's 2 different types of skill sets, I guess. I'm really bad at remembering stuff, but things come very naturally to me physically, I guess. It's like super hard to explain. Yeah, Hemi, I totally agree we're like in our little secret safe space on Twitter, you know, safe from Elon Musk and Donald Trump and whatnot. Thanks, Hemi. Appreciate that. Ooh. Yeah, I'm actually really comfortable now. Okay. Pope, what do you think? Should he be like that beefy? Or just like, what do you think? Let's have a look at him. Oh yeah, we're supposed to work on underwear. He's the Ken look he's got going on, kind of distracting. Which one's gonna work best? I really like this one. Number 4. Not sure who drew this art, but shout out to you. Nah, okay, cool. We'll make him beefy, but not like eating the steroids with cereal type of shit. I forgot to probably look at the Morrowind reference as well. I really do love the diversity in all the Elder Scrolls games. It's like always super fun, especially when you got a few mods on. You can just do whatever you want, which is super sick. I remember the one time I played as like a mouse-sized character in Skyrim. It was the funniest thing ever. I can't remember what race it was. I think it was Khajiit. Yeah, it was like a mouse-sized Khajiit. It was good times. Made stealth super easy. Cool, Pub. I got you. Yeah, because we sort of want him to be like a defaulty sort of, like muscles for style, because it is, ancient Greece, so people are fighting, and, the dudes are buff, but that's like The Rock. I don't think he knows who the limit is. Okay. I just want to look at some short Roman hairstyles quickly. I guess the classic Caesar cut makes the most sense. I kind of like this one. I'll bring the reference now, and then you can tell me which one you prefer. Okay, maybe it was like 100 mods. Okay, I'm sure everyone out there has played Skyrim with the nude mod. Um, Not like a weirdo, just like it's role playing. Okay, being able to loot someone's entire corpse. But you know, in like Skyrim, where you hold Z and you can like pull them around in Ragdoll mod. If you get the penile mod, you can actually lift corpses by their sausage. It is. It's very sadistic, but quite a lot of fun. I don't know why I mentioned that, but you know, I guess I did have too many mods on. Stoked everyone's getting along in the comments. Super chill vibes. For the immersion, yes. Okay, where were we? Once again, got distracted by my own dark mind. Oh yeah, we were gonna do the undergarments. Cool. Okie dokie. Steal some polygons here. Camera freaking out. Bad camera. Steal those polygons. I'm not sure what you mean, Hemi. Like, Fruity Loops. It's like it's its own type of insanity. Like most of my friends growing up were musicians, and my brother's a musician as well. He's a programmer and musician, and they're all like masters of Fruity Loops. I've never been good at it myself. I've like composed like a 1.5-minute song or something, but yeah. I respect your craft as well. That's why we need each other, you know. Game development is a team effort. I kind of want to capture this like fold that sort of happens, like you know, into your pelvic region. Pope, you should check out Hemi's music. It's sick. It was like a heavy Persona vibes, and then it had like folky Dragon Quest vibes, just in that short demo reel. I definitely want to work together with Hemi soon. But yeah, Pope, you should check him out. Super sick. Very diverse as well. Sorry, I was scratching my leg there. I'm not sure what it looked like I was doing. Yeah, me too, Pope. Big RPG guy. What I've been playing the most recently is Dragon Quest Builders 2. If you haven't played it, I'd really suggest it. It's like Minecraft, but there's like Terraria aspects as well. You gotta like build stuff for the community, but they're not useless. Like if you build a farmhouse and you put a chest near it, if there's people in your village, they'll actually do the farming for you. They'll plant the seeds, water them, and harvest them and put them back in the chest. It's kind of like how I wish Minecraft actually was, where you know you weren't the only useful person in single player. Also, yeah, with strategy games, I used to jam a lot of Warhammer and Age of Empires, but nowadays, like city management, like Dwarf Fortress, Prison Architect, all that kind of stuff is super fun. Nerd Gang. I'm gonna find space on the UV map for a little fold here. No, not Europa Universe, but I play a lot of City Skylines. Mostly number 1 because I don't have a graphics card yet. Hopefully my homie's selling me his old one soon. But yeah, big fan of City Skylines. I think that's Paradox, right? Let me just double check. Yeah, City Skylines. There's been a lot of controversy lately, but they've published a lot of great games. They're like Planet Zoo, Cities in Motions, the original was also great. And Planet Coaster I haven't played, but I've also heard it's fantastic. So yeah, they've published a lot of good shit. Whoa. 8,000 hours, holy crap. That is a lot. But I respect that. My best friend Kamal, he puts so many hours into games. It's always like super impressive. I was like, wow, you really like that game. Even my favorite game was like Dwarf Fortress. Like I could only put like 8 to 10 hours in, and I'm like, I'm gonna play something else for a while. I'll go back to a save or whatever, but yeah, that's crazy. But then again, it is like an open like sci-fi simulation space. So if you're gonna lose yourself in something, I can understand how it would be that. I used to play a lot of. Originally, when I was a kid, the first one I played was Battle Cruiser 3000. Pope might remember this because he's just a bit older than me. But yeah, Battle Cruiser 3000 and then Freelancer, dude. When I was a kid, I must have put like 8,000 hours into Freelancer. How many hours I have in Blender? Shit, I don't know. I was curious and I was using Steam to monitor it at some point, but the version on Steam is always behind or something. so I stopped doing that. But on an average day, I'd say no less than 6 hours for the past 6-7 years of my life. I mean, I've had jobs in between, but even when I had like full jobs that weren't related to 3D, I'd come home and 3D model anyway. I don't know why it took me so long to like be confident and like open up a store. I guess like I'm very OCD and like everything has to be perfect. And like what happens if the client sees the UVs and it's kind of rubbish or something, you know? So I was very apprehensive for a long time. But nowadays I try and make it as good as I can, and you know, if something's wrong, I can always fix it. It's nothing that you can't fix with a "I'm sorry and I got you, dude." That's another thing as well. I've never understood how people can like charge clients revisions if it's their own fault. You know, like if there's something technically wrong with the model, then it is completely my fault and I'll fix it. But you know, if you're indecisive and you're constantly like, oh, I actually wanted the jacket to be purple when you've already changed the jacket color 5 times, then I'm gonna be like, can you pay me a bit more? But if it's my fault, then never. Yeah, Hemi, it's quite heavy, but you know, it's like that boomer saying, you know, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. I try to remind myself that every day, even when, you know, sales are low or contract work or whatever. It can get pretty tough that way, you know, working for yourself. That's why all I can do is like just try and boost social media and get more outreach and whatnot. My sister's an artist as well. She does like illustration work, and she's reasonably successful, and she's like always booked 4 months ahead of time. I want to try and get to that point, you know, and social media is the best way to do that. Yeah, dude, it's weirdly like, you know, when you start dating just out of high school, everyone tells you it's just confidence, man. It sounds so stupid, but it honestly just is confidence. Just like, you know, doing 3D work or anything creative. You just gotta tell yourself, I've done a lot of music or art or whatever, and even if this is vastly different, you know, trust in myself, and, you know, take it from there. Pope, I'm stoked you found a composer in my live stream of all places. Thanks, Henry, appreciate that. I've been focusing on like this hip topology for way too long. Let's get some shader detail in here. That should help it pop. Oh, yeah. Hemi, this is like my favorite song in Harvest Moon. It's just like the default, you know, going around town. I'm definitely gonna commission you to make me this like chilled, towny music. music. I'm not sure what you call it. It's got a vibe. Where to fit this in? Open space. Yeah, that's true. I think anyone who's been like job hunting can tell you that. It's great to have like a good CV and good skills, but if your uncle works there, that guy's getting the job, you know. It is a sick jam, right, Henry? Good stuff. Taking notes, Pope. Taking notes. Hemi, what is your price on like? I'm not sure how you even price stuff, but for say I wanted like a minute and a half loop, or let's just say a minute. I guess that's a good place. If I wanted to do like a minute loop, what would be the price on that? You don't have to share it publicly either, you can just like message it to me. I know some people, yeah, I'm not sure if it's rude to be like, oh, how much does that cost? Thanks for sticking around, guys. I think I've got more watch time in like the past hour or whatever than both my other videos have in the past like 3 months. I think every creator dreams of that sweet, sweet monetization. I actually have to take a whiz real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, my hair. Oh no, yeah. So, first of all, I'm back. Yeah, Hemi. 80 is, that's a good price. Definitely affordable. Like, I've seen some crazy pricing. Like, 3D artists on Fiverr, they're charging $300 a character or something. I'm like, must be great. Yeah, Hemi, I'm the same. I'm more drawn to the work itself, but sadly, money is an important factor. Like, I don't work any other jobs at the moment, so I have to try and balance that as best as I can. Like, I don't want to overcharge people, but I also don't want to undercharge and then struggle with rent or groceries, you know. Excuse my dog's barking. I remember to blink as well. It's English online to Koreans, so she's pretty fortunate to work from home as well. So we have quite a relaxed life, and we stay on a farm where the internet surprisingly is decent. In the process of upgrading my line, which will probably help with streaming a lot too. But yeah, it's a whole process when you stay on a farm, you know. This whole streaming thing has got actually quite a bit more comfortable. I don't feel like a crazy person talking to myself anymore, so it's pretty chill. Yeah, it really has. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I think it's also just very, very enlightening process. Not to sound pretentious, but you know, like I said, it can be weird having someone look over your shoulder when you draw, but it really shouldn't. You know, it's really like such a natural process, and that's just your ego sort of getting in the way. So I hope I don't pull dumb faces. Like, I know my brother plays a guitar, and he gets like really concentrated on a riff or whatever, his tongue will start sticking out. I've heard it's quite a normal thing with guitar players. Like I'm a big skateboarder or whatever. When I skate and stuff, if I'm looking at my board and I'm really concentrating, for some reason my hand will start bending, you know, like some bad homosexual stereotype, you know, with the flimsy hand. For some reason when I'm like concentrating like really hard, it tends to happen. And you see yourself on camera and you just end up looking really stupid. Maybe I'm glad someone relates. Yeah, like especially the first hour of the stream, my brain was like so fuzzy on what to do next because it was anxiety, but feeling a lot better now. But yeah, everybody's got their quirks. Oh yeah, I forgot Pope. Let's start on that first hairstyle. I think it'll give me a much clearer idea of his face, because I'm going to do something unique with his face. I'm not just going to copy and paste that. Just save the reference. It's not showing up. Let's do the reference. He's GIMP now. So Pope, which one do you like? Sorry, they're not the best images, but we have like our classic Caesar, and then we have like a similar Caesar, but it has like twirly hair. Like I really like the twirly hair. I think it adds a lot of character. It's gonna be super fun to try and make. So yeah, which one do you prefer? So the second one is this one. Okay, The one with the arm or the one without the arm? I'm guessing you're talking about the twirly hair then? Yeah. Nah, dude, I love making cool hair. That's like, this, I've been drawing anime my whole life. I love cool hair. No arm. Awesome. I'm glad we're on the same page. Oh, dude, I love those twirlies. This can be fun. So if I go, let's open up another folder. Go to my there's some random fun stuff I've made. Who's that Pokemon? Yeah, you and me both, Pope. I've been focusing a lot on like technical architecture, you know, like options, menus. I've been using Unity. Well, I started figuring out Unity's language API, which allows me to sort of swap out the text and the language. So the idea is that I can cater to Chinese, Spanish players as well. Because I think we forget that's a good portion of the board as well. But yeah, this is a fun little model I did of Mando that I want to give away to the community at some point, because I can't charge for it, it's on my property. But I did it for a client way back, and it was actually originally Boba Fett, and this is to find that model, but I reworked it into Mando, and yeah, I definitely want to give it to the community on each at some point soon. I think I was just busy with polish and stuff. I was super stoked on this like PSX cape, you know. Just move it a bit and it'll be easier to see. But yeah, it's like the cape tearing. It's like super simple, like polygon wise, but it's sick texture. Back to work. Okay, hair. That's what I was actually looking for. Before I got distracted. Just thought, man, it would be a fun side path. Yeah, I played the demo. I remember it being on a PC format or something. I definitely played the demo, but sadly never the full game. I'm a huge KOTOR guy. I love KOTOR 1, especially Knights of the Old Republic 2 is hands down like one of my favorite games of all time. Super sick. Why is it so tiny? How's that for hairstyle? Kind of looks like Johnny Bravo, but yeah, we're just gonna use this as a nice starting off point. Don't need this or this. Now we got a good starting off point. Right. What the hell is this? Floating polygon. Okay. Why wasn't that reference working great? What the file type? JFIF. It's a JFIF file. I appreciate that, Pope. I took a bit of creative liberties. Like, texture resolution is more important than anything. I'm not saying my model's high poly at all. Like, nowhere close. But even my PSX models, like 1,600 triangles is about the average on GTA San Andreas. Would be a good example. I think that's like 1,600. So you can see mine's 2,134. So it's a bit higher than even a high-end PS2 game, but that is mostly because I like to have more polygons around bending joints, so you get like clean bends and all that stuff. Also nowadays, if you want to do like a Valheim thing, we have like cool modern lighting with like a retro model and texture style. Technology like this will actually help shaders look better, and just shading quality in general will have more definition. Okay, yeah, I was changing this to something that isn't a JFIF file. Whatever a JFIF file is. Textures, reference C, Okay, finally bring this reference in. It's probably a plugin download that would let Blender import anything, but I'm just lazy. This is gonna be a tough one. Okay, what I'm gonna do now. Not tough as in like bad, it's like this is gonna be fun. Just gonna have a look. Yeah, that's not really. And here's that one. I actually like the face of the sculpture a lot. Maybe it's just like mind association, but it makes me think of like a Phoenician looking man. Mr. Bolding slightly. Oh god. I think I know what I'm going to do is I am going to change our soundtrack to Chrono Cross. I know you said you're a big RPG head, Pope. I'm not sure if you've ever played Chrono Cross, but it's amazing. Everyone gives Chrono Trigger like the greatest RPG of all time, but Chrono Cross way better in my opinion. But I could just be biased because Chrono Cross is 3D and I'm a 3D artist, so yeah. It's weirdly quiet. No, I appreciate you sticking around as long as you did, Hemi. See you in the next stream, hopefully. I appreciate you, dude. Have a good day at work. Cheers, Hemi. Nah, no yelling, yeah. Old school RPGs are big time investments. I'm just lucky I played most of them when I was a kid, so I had too much spare time. If I had to suggest Chrono Cross or Persona, I'd suggest Chrono Cross any day. I think Persona gets enough love. Chrono Cross, not. Yeah, I mean, the original Xbox wasn't really known for RPGs. I remember with the Xbox 360, that was one of Microsoft's big pushes. They were like, we want more RPG games. That's when they had Blue Dragon with the art by Akira Toriyama, sort of set in the Dragon Quest universe. And there was that other crazy dragon game that never came out, that was developed by the Bayonetta developer. I can't remember his name. But yeah, at least Xbox had like Halo. I was a huge fan of Halo 1 and 2, and when Halo 3 was like a Xbox 360 exclusive, I was so butthurt. That Fable did the same thing. Like Fable 2 never came to PC. also Xboxes were actually, at least the original one was super rare in South Africa. Yeah, I was actually talking to someone else about this. We didn't even like really see Nintendo's here in South Africa until like the Wii and NDS era, because it was like apartheid sanctions, obviously, but Nintendo didn't have any sort of outreach here in South Africa, like in terms of distribution, until like the 2000s. There was a lot of PlayStations, which is really strange because they're both Japanese, but lots of PlayStation in South Africa, very little Nintendo. Yeah, no, Star Ocean's great. Also one of my favorite series. Yeah, at least you've jammed a few Final Fantasy games. You won't be treated as a heretic at any con or anything. Yeah, I'm gonna sound like a bit of boomer, but yeah, they really don't make RPGs like they used to. That's good to hear, Pope. I think I have quite an androgynous accent. So my family is half Afrikaans and half British. So it's kind of like half Dutch, half English. So I grew up around that, and then most of my friends growing up were black. They spoke their traditional languages, and then add 90% of my TV and like media is Americans. I have no idea what math is, but it's all of that, I guess. Let's get this hair texture. So yeah, this is sort of the naming structure I'm gonna go with. Just to explain it if it's a little confusing. So D, which is for diffuse, so it just means it's a normal color texture. We're gonna make that grayscale, but it's gonna stay D. And then male, M, short, hair, 1. So yeah, we're gonna use that sort of naming structure. So hopefully it doesn't look like hieroglyphics when you get it. Yeah, no stress, Pope. I think it's probably caused on my side because the OBS is giving me a few complaints. Really haven't got anything else open. I'm gonna try it with the next stream for it to hopefully work a little better. Yeah, I'm probably gonna run the stream for another hour, I think. I just gotta give my wife time to cook dinner and stuff, because my office is kind of a big open room with the kitchen. Yeah. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah, it's the texture. So yeah, now let's grayscale this. Super simple. Just gonna shrug it. Go to our texture. Open this up again. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've used GIMP before, but it's graphics, I think. What graphics? What's it stand for? Something image. Oh yeah, graphics image manipulation program. There we go. So if I keep saying GIMP, I'm not talking about that type of GIMP. Take the color away. Just bump the exposure. And we should have a nice grayscale texture. Reload that texture into Blender. And then we're going to jump over to our shader node. Some music down. Okay. So now what we want to do is get a color mix. Yeah. Let's take the vertex away. We should be able to just use this. Make that blonde for now. Sorry, can't really see anything. So yeah, I spoke to you in our initial conversations about color overlaying and mixing. Like you can see over here, I've got this mixer node. So all it does is it takes in two variables, one being my texture and the second one being the color I want to multiply it with. So I'm just using a simple color multiply. It should be very similar in Godot. It's pretty much the same in Unreal and Unity. And now we can use this to change the color how we wish. Okay, we got a lot of extra UV space here. That's cool. Okay, so we want some twirlies. No stress, Poke, you get the hang of it. I'll actually drop my Discord link in the chat if you want. If you're ever having like technical issues, you can just ask me directly. Because I know when you're new to something, it can get like really frustrating when you like getting bogged down by something simple and it's taking you 3 hours. So yeah, to speak to someone whose experience is invaluable. stress, Pope. I've had my struggles with Discord too. One time I didn't let it update for like a couple months, and then it updated and it just stopped working. So yeah, I think I had to wait like 2 months until it eventually fixed itself again. So no stress. Okie dokie. That twirly is pretty twirly. No, that's if you search for people in. Thanks about the tutorial. If you just search for people in Discord, so if you go to friends and search there, if you search dysfunction dev, it should just come up. As always, I'll send you a direct link. Just remember how to do that. Otherwise, you can just drop your Discord and I can also send you an invite that way. I'm not sure why my name's not popping up. You can probably send it over Fiverr, it's probably safer. Don't want like someone jumping in the comments and inviting you, but who's overly paranoid, I don't know. What's your friend request? This is gonna sound daft, but I was only reading the Pope, and then I just like ignored the second half, but I just realized it's RNG Jesus, which is a deity I pray to every day. That RNG. Oh, no stress, Pope. I didn't actually know you can search for servers that way. I thought you have to send invites. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is something that's pretty important. Almost prayed to RNG Jesus. For sure. So yeah, if you see this blue over here, is polygons that are facing towards us. And the red is ones that are not. So yeah, this would be really bad in game, because you wouldn't see this strand of hair over here unless you're on the inside. Like if you're looking this way in, you would be able to see through the head and see this hair, but that's obviously the wrong way around. So quick fix over there. All's good in the hood. No stress. Good luck on lunch, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take a wee as well. Hopefully when you come back from lunch, this hair will be finished.